Okay, I have two movies here that I purchased directly from Kino Lorber. It was kind of an ordeal for some reason. I had placed an order for the two movies, and then the next day it said, unable to process your order. If you'd like to try again, try again. So I tried again. And then it said the same thing. It's like, okay, forget it. I'll just order these from Amazon. So I placed an order from Amazon, and then I get two emails from Kino Lorber saying, your order has been approved. Like, what the hell? So I contacted them and I said, I got emails saying that neither order went through, and if I'd like to try again, or just leave it because it didn't go through. And they apologized and said, okay, yeah. I said, so yeah, I just want the one order. And they said, okay, we'll refund you for the second order, and then we'll cancel that shipment. And then I I went online and canceled my Amazon order. So, but then two orders arrived, and I said, well, and I contacted them. I said, I'm going to send back the second shipment, and they said, because you refunded me for the second shipment, and you guys were going to try to cancel it, but it shipped anyway. And they said, no, just keep both shipments. That's our screw up. So, first one here, I remember hearing about and seeing in the video store, I think, if I recall. Never watched it until recently. Again, watched it before my most recent surgery. Rampage. I think this was on 4K also, but didn't really see the point of getting the 4K. I figured, do I need it in 4K? No. No issues with the disc. Let's see, look at my notes here. Okay. Never seen the movie before. I think I had two different options. Original version and what was it? Let me look here and see if it says original version, and then I don't remember what they called it. There was two different versions. Anyway, I watched I don't know why it doesn't say on here. There was two different versions on there. Yeah, I guess one's 96 minutes and one's 91 minutes. But I watched the original version. Picture quality actually looked pretty good. Some of the colors seemed to pop pretty good. Dialogue was easy to hear at pretty low volume. The music didn't drown out the dialogue. The movie kind of picks up at first, but then slows down quite a bit. When it goes into the prosecuting attorney investigating the killer, and the attorney for the killer trying to find a way to get the killer acquitted when they go to court. Of course, it slows down more when they actually go to court. So the movie did pick up again when he escaped, while I was being transported. But then, when he was being transported back after his day in court. But then it slowed down again after he was caught. So, and then they were, back in court, and it remained pretty slow until the end of the movie. I don't know, the movie wasn't boring, but it was a lot slower than I expected. Much more, courtroom stuff. I don't know, for some reason I was expecting more action, more, yeah, I don't know. Not what I expected. Is it a bad movie? No, but it's definitely a lot slower than I expected, so is it something I'm gonna keep? Maybe. I haven't made up my mind 100%. I might try to rewatch it again. Just, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely a lot slower than a lot slower than I was expecting. Again, not a bad movie, but it does drag quite a bit. So, yeah, I don't know. And then the next movie here. It's a movie I saw opening weekend at the theater. Had it on VHS. I have the Blu-ray, which I was going to put in a pile of movies that take to the record exchange, but it has another movie. It has two movies on the Blu-ray. I don't remember if they're separate discs or if they're two movies on one disc. I don't recall. But it has this movie and Daylight, and I would get rid of it, but yeah, I tried looking for the Daylight 4K from Kino Lorber, but I guess they screwed something up and it was immediately pulled from the shelves. I don't know. But this one here, Dante's Peak. Yeah, I really wish I could have gotten that Daylight 4K, but I was looking at them on eBay, and just, ones that are been opened and viewed are like $80. It's like, yeah, I don't think so. It's got the Blu-ray and 4K disc. No issues with either discs, which is nice. Look at my notes here. Dialogue a little difficult to hear at low volume. Music didn't drown out the dialogue. Picture quality is pretty good. Not quite as good as I was expecting for some reason, but still pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I was expecting just a little bit more being on 4K, but it still looks really good. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. Wasn't extremely impressed with the 4K, but I mean, it's definitely better than the VHS. I don't remember the Blu-ray. What the picture quality was like. Honestly, sounded good, looks good, just not quite. I was expecting to be a little more amazed, I guess, by the 4K, but just didn't quite do it. But it's definitely worth getting. But yeah, it's a movie I always enjoyed. Had a lot of fun watching it at the theater when it was released. Yeah, but definitely an enjoyable movie, one I've always liked. But that's it for this video.